Hello, you're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. Just so you know, we are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we don't claim to be. We just really like tabletop RPGs, and we do this for fun.
That's right. And I guess we have nothing else to talk about, so I'll just talk about our Monster of the Week campaign.
Woo!
It's really good filler for whatever.
Also, it's fun to, update you guys on what we got going on, but also remind me what we even did.
Also, like, my thought process behind things. I don't know.
It's fun to hear.
But, so I had something planned, and then our fourth player couldn't make it, and it was something major, so that I want everyone to be a part of.
Same person that couldn't make it last time.
And so I was like, okay, switch to something else. And so I had this monster idea. It was a monster that a coworker helped me make. And I decided was also the background, like, origin monster that the newer player basically fought. It was their greatest fear, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, I'll make that monster. And I guess we'll just deal with that because the other players got their therapy sessions in the dreams. Basically, what happened, I made a monster with just a gelatinous mound kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's
gelatinous
just
cube, but
it's
without
a
the cube.
very ooze-like monster and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like Newtonian fluid kind of. If you hit it real hard, it's just going to be like punching concrete.
Non-Newtonian.
Non-Newtonian, that's the term, yeah. But anyways, I thought, okay, we'll just do that. That could be a monster for only 3 people. And a monster I designed to basically take no damage, in which the only way to kill it is its weakness, which is water.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, okay, that's a very common kind of thing. As long as you guys figure it out, it should be fine.
Yeah, in a different D&D campaign I was playing with that person. We came across a gelatinous cylinder because it lived in a well. And that person's character died in the cylinder.
Well, they didn't die this campaign, so.
Yeah, I know, redemption.
No, a different character almost died, though. Anyways, I also, I think it was like the day before, I decided, okay, I'm going to put myself in the game.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was kind of funny because it was just like, hey, this person talks to you guys, and then I described the person, and then you guys looked at each other, like, you're just describing yourself. And then I said, in character, oh, by the way, my name is Brandon. I was passing through town and my car broke down because I knew that that he was going to die. And I think it'll be funny just to like put me in it, just immediately be killed by a monster.
Yeah, you are there's got to be a word for the character put in a story specifically to die to the monster to show that the monster is dangerous.
The
sacrificial
red
lamb. Oh yeah, the red shirt.
The red shirt from Star Trek. It was funny too because one person has premonition dreams, and she rolled bad, and so then I got to put it in a situation that would hurt that character, and so that was caused something to later on. But I was planning on if they rolled well, I would have showed the vision of me and would say, "You see me, exactly me." Lying on the ground with a huge, like, half of the torso missing, like left side. It'll be really confusing. But I initially planned where if I gave that person the vision and then I appear, then it would be an incentive to keep track of where I'm going and all that stuff to possibly save me.
Oh, that would make sense.
But they didn't roll so well, so well, I died.
Oh, speaking of which, during that whole premonition part, the rest of us get kicked out of the entire house.
Yes, because I think it's funny if no one hears what the hints are.
Yeah, so the rest of us are just standing outside like, nice day today. Fair weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, verily. That's literally what we do out there.
But yeah, so I died. You guys asked me one question. You didn't... Actually, you asked the silly one, I remember. It was like...
No, I thought we asked where did it go, because you pointed the direction it went. Oh no, that was
investigating around the scene.
That was investigation, right?
I separated with investigating mystery with asking me questions, the person who saw things,
right,
versus checking for physical evidence. I separate those two things.
Gotcha.
Because that's
things.
why I only allow one roll per thing and all that stuff. Yeah, you guys, I set it up so it's very acidic. It's like an acidic goo monster eats away at biomaterial and all that stuff.
Yep.
But that means that when it went away on concrete, it's really hard to find it.
Yep.
And then, yeah, you guys did some research and all that stuff. And then we learned about science.
Yay!
I was like, this is only a me thing. I thought so much in depth about this thing. I'm like, okay, it's acidic and all that stuff. And I know science. Where I'm like, you just add a base to it, then neutralizes acidity. And you guys were talking about, because this is the first time you guys ever actually had a legit plan.
Yeah, we actually planned.
Yeah, it's very rare for you guys to do it.
Amazing.
Which was perfect for this monster because you had to.
We did.
But you guys were saying a plan. I'm like, they're never going to come up with this. You know what? You guys roll sharp and see who rolls high enough.
Yeah, we forgot basic science.
And so then I gave you the hint and all that stuff. And so what was your solution for that?
We went to the library.
No, before that.
To find base Tums. Because when you're having acid reflux, what do you reach for? Tums. And I know from my past, my papa always had Tums in the house because he always had acid reflux.
Why you call him out on our podcast? Okay.
Hi, Papa. I know you don't listen to podcasts, but I'm still saying hi.
So then, yes, Tiff attacked the monster with Tums.
Pocket Tums.
Sort of. You just chucked it at it and all that stuff.
They were in my pocket, so.
And I'm like, cool. I gave you guys a hint to make it do less damage.
Yeah.
So it was less acidic, but it wasn't going to harm it. It was just a way to tip in your favor.
When I, reached out to the, what is my thing called? My move that I have.
Oh, your online forum?
Reach out to the agency, but yeah, my online forum. They did tell me water.
Yeah, that was
dilute
how
it with water.
That's how you figure out its weakness.
Yeah.
But then you guys, you never found out where it likes to hide.
Yeah, we didn't figure that one out at all.
And if you, through the forums or anything like that, if you would have asked where did it go, that's when I've said, oh, it likes to hide in, because it doesn't like water, it likes to hide in dry places. And so I put it in a morgue because usually, in my mindset, I've never been to a morgue, so I don't know.
Me either. I've only watched bones and stuff.
Yeah, and usually I assume they try to keep that environment dry because I don't think they want bodies to get moist or like wet or damp because of bloating and all that stuff.
I think they're going to do that anyway.
I don't exactly know. Again, I don't know.
They probably keep it dry though, just to minimize the amount
I assume
of
the ceramic tile kind of floor and walls kind of thing is just a dry environment.
Right.
So
although they do have the whole room set up to be like hosed down if anything were to spill.
You see, I didn't know that. But that was my best guess. And also I was like, oh, wait, you recently, several sessions ago, killed the doctor in the town. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That means that the morgue doesn't have anyone because I don't know how that actually affected them, but I thought that would be a good excuse.
Sure.
Of it being abandoned.
Good enough.
Yeah, it's my world. Whatever. Screw you guys. And so, yeah, you guys did that. You lured it into a swimming pool, and then you took about 20, 30 minutes to push it in. It took forever.
Yeah, no, it was really hard. It was really big. It was hard to push in because you can't really push it because it's goo.
Yeah. That's how I designed it.
I did get to use my fire powers to set off the sprinklers, though.
Yeah, and also, I think half of us learned about the quote-unquote analog version of the sprinkler system.
Yeah, I already knew about
version.
It.
Some people didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't know.
It was a lot of just random facts.
It's set up to not rely on electricity or anything like that. It's actually all a chemical reaction that then just lets gravity do its job.
Yep.
Yeah, for safety.
Anyways, yeah. So certain someone sort of got over their fear. And then that was it. Hopefully that fourth person will make it next session.
Yeah.
I really hope. Either that or I might kill his character. I don't know.
He hasn't made any excuses about next week, so.
Yet.
I guess we'll find out.
Anyways, that's our update. Are you ready to make a random quest?
I am.
We got our D100 table, and so we're going to do that.
Yep.
Got dice?
Oh, I got them. 24.
Oh my god, we haven't done it.
Wow.
Well, it's a low roller, that's why. The Imperial Army needs your skills. Join us to fight the good fight.
Well, that's short.
Mm-hmm.
So short, I actually started reading the next one instead. I'm like, I thought we did that one.
We did do that one.
Yeah. Okay. Join the army.
The army needs you.
Is there a guy in a top hat pointing at you on the flyer? There is now.
They need you to fight the Stormcloaks. That's a Skyrim reference that you're not going to get.
Thank you.
I mean, okay. We could combine this with the Carrion Crawlers episode.
Oh, yeah?
We need you to loot the bodies afterwards and then fight the Carrion Crawler. Done. End of episode. It's, okay, it's clearly this is like, it doesn't actually have to be a war.
No, it's just fight the good fight.
Yes, that means that...
the Imperial Army. So they work for Empire.
The Empire.
The Empire.
Which is an entire nation.
Which starts with an E, and Imperial starts with an I, and that bothers me.
I'm sorry for the English language.
Yeah, you should be.
It's all my fault.
It is.
Okay, if I've had an idea about like, oh, what happens if there's a band of monsters that finally get together kind of thing, and it's like they're finally being organized instead of infighting, so now it's a threat to the kingdom kind of thing. Do we want to do that? Do we want to do, because if we do a war, we could do a pre-war where then they want the party to infiltrate the other kingdom as spies or something like that, or saboteurs when it comes to the war, where they're planning on actually invading but hasn't declared war yet, so they're preemptively sending people over there before the borders close.
Maybe.
There's multiple ways we could do this. What are you feeling?
The preemptive thing sounds kind of fun. Like they could be sent over preemptively to act as wandering adventurers.
Yes.
And then when they send out the command or something,
I'm sure everyone will hear once war is declared.
Yeah.
Because it's the common people hear about it, because then it's usually conscriptions and all this and that, or supplies, rations gets taken.
Yeah, but they could get like secret messages every now and then saying, go here, do this. And maybe like while they're actually listening to that and doing those things, maybe some of them don't feel fully right, and now they're kind of starting to question, are we the bad guys?
Okay, this kind of sounds like a party starter, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. But okay, if we do that, where the entire sets the tone for the entire campaign, where they go off to a different kingdom, where they know that their motherland kingdom or original kingdom will declare war on them.
Well, maybe let them run a few
but that's
missions or adventures or whatever in the initial kingdom, like the kingdom they're from.
Yeah.
And then if they answer this flyer, they'll be like, yes, we know you guys. We've been following your forgetting words, adventures, your progress or whatever, and we were hoping you would apply or something like that. Maybe not even that. They're like, oh, yes, good, strong adventurers.
Well, it depends on the level of the party.
Right. But, let them get a few levels under the belts and then send them over.
Or you could say this is the start where if it is like act like a party starter where they get conscripted and they're like, okay, just go over there, do some random work like adventurers and all that stuff.
Right.
Establish your name in there so that when the war starts, they're not going to think that you came over from our side.
Right. They'll think you're natives.
They'll think that you are actually helping out in their kingdom and all
natives,
that stuff. And so then they won't suspect you. So go over there and do some jobs. Establish a name for yourself or your mercenary group or whatever. And then once war starts, then we will find a way to communicate you and send you missions that we need you to do.
It's like, better yet, get on good terms with their nobility.
Maybe that could be a mission down the road.
Yeah.
If you want for the rest of this episode, this is super generic.
It is extreme.
But I think this is still a good premise for a very large overarching premise.
And you know what? Maybe you are the bad guys.
Do you want to come up with just random generic kind of missions for the kingdom A?
Yeah.
I don't know if you have a random kingdom generator, but I don't know if we want to leave that vague for whoever DMs to insert for their own names.
Do you want me to look it up? Because I can look it up.
Or do you just want to say Kingdom A, Kingdom B?
We'll do Kingdom A and Kingdom B.
Okay. Kingdom A is where they're from.
The Kingdom of Firstia and the Kingdom of Secondaria.
Sure.
I'm stealing that from an anime. I don't think that was or I think the second town was Secondus or something like that. But there's a anime, Shangri-La Frontier.
Never heard of it.
It's really good. I actually recommend it. It's a VR game anime, but in the game, the towns are like Firstia, Secondaria, Thirdra, or something like that.
It's so weirdly creatively uncreative.
Right.
It's weird. Anyways, Firstia sends the party to Secondaria, in which we'll come up with random quests at first we'll give them.
Right.
At first, they'll be just simple ones, maybe just reconnaissance, all that stuff to not blow their cover while they're in between doing other works.
Right.
But I think also probably within the job is they cannot do military work for a Secondaria.
Right. Maybe their first job is protect a merchant caravan to cover their travel there.
I'm talking about like when war starts.
Oh,
the mission.
Yeah.
So they're already across the border.
Okay, they're already there.
So that's why I'm saying the first area sends them over before war is even declared.
I know, but what I'm saying is before war is even declared, their first mission to cover why they're even there in the first place is just protecting a merchant caravan. So that's their story about why they're even there. They're like, we just followed this merchant caravan over, and so now we're just looking for jobs here.
Sure. And just after as so many quests and all that stuff, then they hear war is declared and all that.
Right.
They're supposed to continue just doing random things in that kingdom until they get word about what they need to do for a couple missions. So maybe the first mission is just report on how much like food or rations within like so many small towns are they doing. So it's information about their supplies.
So how about the way they get their missions is a magic book that's just like cloned with another magic book in Firstia.
Okay.
Whatever I called that kingdom. And whenever they open it, they'll see what their next mission is or what their next thing to do is. And at the end of it, it says, once you've committed this to memory, burn this page. And so they just rip the page out of the book and throw it in the fire.
Oh, okay.
And then to respond, they can write on a page as well. It's kind of like a...
Yeah. We could do that.
What was it?
But what I was asking is the
Diary.
kind of quest that we're going to be giving the players during this overarching thing.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying how they got it.
No. That is a good idea.
Okay.
Magic and all that stuff. That
book.
totally works. Or a magic mirror. I just suddenly thought of that like whole handheld mirror and like portal thing. I don't know why. I think I've seen an anime about that or with that. It's a very common thing.
It is.
But you want so you said about like possibly cozying up to nobility and all that stuff. I feel like if they get high enough, like the total end goal, do you think it will be once they're high enough level, they get the mission of like assassinate king?
I mean, they could if they report that, hey, we're buddy with the king now. It all depends on like what they actually choose to report back.
I think it's like if the players get famous enough, and it's like we don't want to act as a part of this war. This isn't our war and all that stuff. Yeah,
this is not our fight. We're only here to...
I can imagine then the more and more they get famous, the more they want them to be in the army.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then they'll be like, this is all up to players, though.
Yeah.
They'll be like, okay, if we have audience with the king, we'll think about joining the army. And then that's how you get audience with the king. And then you could kill him. Do you want to make Firstia somewhat evil?
It's like this could go either way. Firstia could be the antagonists in the storyline, or Secondaria could actually be like a land of horrible people. And maybe the more jobs they do over there, if they were initially feeling bad about doing things against this kingdom, maybe they, once they get behind the scenes or see a little bit more, they realized, okay, these people are awful. We got to stop this.
So what do you want? Which road do you want to go down?
I always want to take the high road because I like being the good guy.
I know you do. I'm kidding.
Or we could let them be the bad guys.
Well,
D&D parties always devolve into murder hobos.
I know, but there are people like you that justify it in their head so that they don't feel bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I find it, one of my funniest things is getting people to do bad things without them realizing they're doing bad things.
Right.
because then it pulls that line, are we the baddies?
Right.
Where you have that moment of pause where you're like, this
And
doesn't look right.
That would be fun to do to your party. And if I was said party member, I would probably be mad at you for a few seconds and then be like, dang, you really got us. That was good.
But that requires a lot of thought.
Yeah.
Probably not in a improv podcast episode.
No. That would take an experienced DM. Not necessarily, but it's like if you are the DM running this.
You have to subtly, like
really
some of these missions, you have to be very subtle about it.
Be careful what you say and how you say it. And what information you give them.
How to portray for the Second Kingdom and how they react to things and all that stuff. Okay, this is going to sound bad.
Uh-oh.
What happens if, like, it's a race thing?
Ooh, they're all racist?
It's like, it's racist towards, like, one specific thing. I don't want to say tieflings because they always get the short end of the stick in the D&D universe. But, like...
They were literally made to get the short end of the stick, though.
Yes, but... I feel a little bit bad. What happens if it's like dwarves or elves or,
What if it's humans? Nobody ever wants to play as a human, except my husband.
Because additional feat.
Yeah.
It's very good.
No, it's a really good feature.
Or like something like that. I'm not going to pick a race. But what happens if it's basically really bad, but it's just like enslavement or possibly like real bad genocide or something like that, where the First Kingdom's doing that, but then because the party was in Second Kingdom at the start of the war, they don't know anything. They don't hear about it because they're just given orders. So they don't know just, the atrocities that's happening in the First Kingdom's
So
border.
Firstia is essentially started, I'm just going to come out and say it, like a holy campaign against this race that they have deemed evil or something like that.
Yes, but they don't state that outright.
Yeah.
It's just,
they're just using the party. So whatever race it is, choose one that's not in the party, because why would they use one of the lowly members of that race as their, like...
It's either that or think, okay, we use that race until they're no longer useful, and then just
that too, yeah,
get rid of them.
That could be the case.
But yeah, that's a little bit of a darker approach, but it would be a twist when the party hears rumors within the second one. It's like, no, that's just like, that's unbiased or unclaimed rumors kind of thing.
Right.
That's people just talking bad about the kingdom that declared war on them and all that stuff. And it was just like, but then after a while, it's like, maybe
this is true.
And then it might be like they find a reason or meet survivors, people escape from like being prisoners or anything like that.
Yeah, refugees and stuff.
That maybe like solidifies and makes them question even more kind of thing. And then if they ever decide to cross the border again and see it and then realize, oh, we're the baddies.
Maybe they meet someone that like one of the party members knows, like you just pick a random person from their backstory and have them be a refugee and like, oh my gosh, you're alive. We thought you were dead type thing.
Oh, what about if a couple of missions involve like the party selling out until that people get captured?
Yeah.
So that they feel responsible and know that like the people that they quote unquote help get captured suffered from this atrocity.
Maybe one of their missions is to like sabotage a giant magic like a magic circle type thing. That's like the protections for a city, but they're told that it's a weapon, so they need to sabotage it so it malfunctions and doesn't work. But really it's like a ring of protection or something for a city so that the army can later, after the party's gone, come in and just wipe out that entire city. And then they can learn later on that, like, hear it from somewhere else, like, yeah, no, they had this really strong defensive array, but it just didn't work and they got wiped out completely. Everyone's dead.
I had more of a non-magical or like more realistic idea where it was they were planning on basically invading and capturing a small city or something like that. But they know that scouts report like the army is like some distance away, and they don't want them to catch them or anything like that in the middle of looting the city. So then they order the party to destroy a dam that's upriver to then overflood, and so that makes it impossible for the army to cross, giving them plenty of time to then not engage and all that stuff.
That's another one that could happen too.
In which they feel responsible, especially with all the people taken from the town and all that stuff.
And maybe, like, yeah, they were ordered to do that so the city could be taken, but also in doing so, they flooded a small farming town downriver.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of the over time kind of realize what we've done, because it would be like, oh, it could be a town where they already visited and did several missions and knew the people in there.
Right.
And then when, let's say, they actually go back and investigate and sees one of like the prison camps or labor camps or whatever, and you see those people that you liked in that, the party liked in that town, that's like the major impact kind of thing.
That would be for sure.
Where they're very sickly and underfed and all this and that. And like that kind of level of like huge impact.
Yeah.
We're being cruel today.
Yeah, we are.
So if you put this in your campaign, or you make your campaign out of this whole campaign or not, I don't know if this is we made a long overarching quest.
Yeah, it's a pretty long one.
So good luck on that if you, a lot of planning, but we gave you some like seeds for First Kingdom being evil.
Yeah.
Some interesting like seeds planted to do a whole gut punching reveal.
Right. But have fun gaslighting your party.
That's always fun. I love gaslighting. Yeah, if you play in your campaign or start your campaign with this, let us know down in the comments of this YouTube video on X at QuestBoardPod or on Blue Sky at QuestBoard. If you have a job posting of your own that's hopefully more specific and less vague than this.
Yeah, I still think we did a good one.
It's a 50-50 shot usually if if it's a vague one, we do good or not, in my opinion.
Yeah, it depends on how much caffeine I've had that day.
Anyways, let us know on any of those platforms. If you're listening to this on YouTube and want to listen to us on the go, we're on most podcasting platforms, and vice versa if you want to see some visual gags from Tiffany.
Few and far between, but I do throw them in every now and then.
It's a mystery, so watch all of them.
Haha.
And with that, I wish you all a good night.
And happy questing.